Girl, real talk. This whole "it's a new year, time to reinvent myself" trash is not the vibe for 2024. You can find someone who loves you for you, as you are. You don't need to read a stack of self-help books, only eat sad salads, or start meditating at 5 a.m. to be ready for dating. So yeah, my advice is to download Bumble and find someone who embraces you the way you are right now. Let me know how it goes.
This is the Mistress Carrie Situation Report for January 3rd, 2024. Your daily entertainment headlines, industry info, and everything rock. Seven Dust drummer Morgan Rose is set to sit in on Late Night with Seth Meyers next week. His time with the 8G Band is going to run from January 8th through the 11th on the Late Night NBC talk show. More than 20 minutes of unseen footage from Led Zeppelin playing live at the Pontiac Silverdome in 1977 has emerged online. The 8mm footage has been synced with the original audio and comes from the archive of professional photographer Jim Speedy Kelly. The 23 minutes of previously unseen footage were recorded at the Silverdome in Pontiac, Michigan on April 30th, 1977. 76,200 attendees, then a world record for a single-act show, paid $10.50 a ticket. You can check out the footage on the YouTube channel dedicated to the archive of the late Jim Kelly, who regularly shot 8mm footage of the shows he attended in the 1970s, including Van Halen, Alice Cooper, Yes, Queen, Rush, and Pink Floyd. Former Kiss guitarist Bruce Kulick could finally get around to writing his memoir, saying, quote, "I think I have a great story to tell." The guitarist, who just left Grand Funk Railroad after playing with the band for 23 years, told Ultimate Classic Rock that he may finally get around to writing his memoir. Sharon and Ozzy appear to be open to reviving Ozzfest as a traveling tour. The last Ozzfest took place in 2018 as a one-off concert at the Forum in Los Angeles. The festival was originally conceived as a Lollapalooza-style traveling tour and operated in that format for years after the inaugural Ozzfest in 1996. On a recent episode of the Osbournes podcast, while the family was on the topic of music festivals, Ozzy asked Sharon if she'd ever consider throwing another Ozzfest, saying, quote, "Not just one at the fucking Forum, but a whole Ozzfest tour," he asked. She said, "Yeah, sure, of course." Kelly noted that hosting the festival would come down to the bands and artists being realistic with their booking fees, prompting a response from Sharon saying, quote, "Why is it when it comes to us, everybody thinks we are trillionaires, so that every manager who wants their band on our festival wants one of the fucking trillions that they think they're going to get on the festival," she said. Ghost have posted a greeting to fans on their Instagram account, promising there's, quote, "lots to come in 2024. The band has been relatively quiet since they finished their long touring schedule. And while there's been no official announcement about there being a new Papa, but Papa Emeritus IV hasn't been seen since the Brisbane, Australia show, where Tobias Forge said it was his finale. On New Year's, Steamboat Willie, the original Mickey Mouse cartoon, entered the public domain. And hours after the announcement, game developer Nightmare Forge Games announced a new survival horror title riffing on the 100-year-old cartoon called Infestation 88. While the game has received wide coverage immediately after its announcement, there were several red flags. The game has an anonymous development team with little public footprint and appears to be made with purchased 3D assets as well as robotic-sounding dialogue generated using AI-driven text-to-speech service. Additionally, a confluence of common Nazi reference points, 88 meaning HH for Hail Hitler, and other references like vermin and the gameplay of gassing humanoid rats has led some commentators to view the game with suspicion. There's also a new trailer for a Mickey Mouse horror film circulating around online as well. AC/DC are rumored to be making a tour date announcement at T-Mobile Park in Seattle coming up this Thursday. The band, who reunited with Brian Johnson at the Power Trip Festival in October, are rumored to be playing in Munich, Germany at Olympic Stadium coming up this summer. Snoop Dogg is joining NBC Universal's coverage of the Olympic Games Paris 2024 this summer. He'll be on site in Paris to provide regular sports reports for the Olympic primetime show beginning July 26, 2024 on NBC and Peacock. The announcement was made over the weekend during the halftime of Sunday Night Football's coverage of the Green Bay Packers and the Minnesota Vikings on NBC and Peacock. Throughout the game, Snoop will speak to NBC Olympics host Mike Tirico and provide the large primetime U.S. audience with his unique take on what's happening in Paris. He'll explore the city's iconic landmarks, attend Olympic competitions and events, and visit with the athletes, their friends, and families. Bring Me the Horizon's new single, Kool-Aid, will soon be served up to the public. The band previously shared a tease of the heavier song online. Some fans captured the tease and reposted it. Yesterday, the band released a pre-save for the song's upcoming premiere. The song is expected to eventually appear on the band's previously delayed new outing, Post-Human Next Gen, which was originally intended for a September 15th release date last year. It was ultimately pushed back to allow the band more time to work on it. The new release date has yet to be announced. Former Slipknot drummer Jay Weinberg walked for the first time since having surgery in November. He had hip and femur surgery last year and required crutches until New Year's Eve. He posted a video of him walking unassisted for the first time in nearly 2 months, saying, quote, 2024 is off and running. Well, walking unassisted, but I'll take it. Yesterday was my first full day walking without a crutch since my operation in November, and it ruled. Last month, Gene Simmons from Kiss offered fans the opportunity to spend the day with him at New York City's iconic Electric Lady Studio, scene of the band's very first recording session way back in 1972. For just under $6,000, purchasers plus their guests were able to record a song with the God of Thunder himself, enjoy stories from Simmons' long career with Kiss, and leave with collectibles from Gene's very own archive and take a picture with him. He also signed 2 of the purchasers' personal items. The opportunity comes just days after Kiss played their final shows in New York at Madison Square Garden. Gene Simmons saying, I wanted to share the experience of being in the iconic studio where Led Zeppelin, the Rolling Stones, and yes, and even Taylor Swift and of course Kiss have recorded. The very same recording studio that all of these artists recorded in. I wanted the fans to be able to stand there and actually record in the very same rooms that these superstars were in. What an amazing experience. I hope to do it again. And former Dream Theater drummer Mike Mangini is thrilled to announce a special masterclass series marking his return to in-person educational sessions after more than a decade-long hiatus. Students can address their challenges and questions, receiving personalized guidance from Mike Mangini while learning from his solving other challenges, leveraging his expertise. Mangini provides tailored solutions while fast-tracking technical and musical goals. The premier educational event utilizes Mike's Rhythm Knowledge Solutions protocols, ensuring your journey to require significantly less time and work. That's your sit rep. For more details on all of the stories, check the links in the show notes of this episode. And don't forget to like, follow, and subscribe to the Mistress Carrie Podcast. New full-length episodes come out every Wednesday. Episode 187, featuring Zach Malloy from the Nixons, is available now.